Hi friends, welcome to Money Sorcery channel. At any point of time if you feel this video is valuable for you, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more updates. So let us quickly discuss today's market updates. BSE Sensex is up by 126 points, that is 0.15%, and settled at 81,867 points. Nifty 50 is up by 59 points, that is 0.24%, and settled at 25,010 points. Bank Nifty is up by 10 points, that is 0.02%, and settled at 51,564 points. Nifty Midcap 100 Index is down by 500 points, that is 0.85%, and settled at 58,490 points. Nifty Small Cap 100 Index is down by 187 points, that is 0.98%, and settled at 18,949 points. It is hereby informed that Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, RVNL, has incorporated subsidiary company, Rail Vikas Nigam LLC, in Uzbekistan. RBI and Indian cybersecurity authorities had previously issued warnings to banks about the potential for cyber attacks in recent weeks. A ransomware attack on CH Technologies, a major banking technology provider in India, has forced the temporary shutdown of payment systems at nearly 300 small local banks. The attack prompted the National Payment Corporation of India, NPCI, the country's payment system overseer, to take swift action. The National Payment Corporation of India, NPCI, an authority that oversees payment systems, in a public advisory issued late on Wednesday said that it had temporarily isolated CH Technologies from accessing the retail payments system operated by NPCI, the advisory stated. Households in India are reportedly losing around 60,000 crore rupees annually in derivatives trading, according to Madhvi Puri Bach, chairperson of the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. Bach was quoted in the Economic Times, stating, if rupees 50 to 60,000 crore is being lost from household savings each year in the F&O segment, that's a significant macroeconomic issue. These losses are not insignificant amounts like rupees 200 to 600 crore, but rather a substantial drain on the economy. We will not allow a Paytm type of contamination in our market. We all saw what happened in Paytm. Now because in the banking system there is no KRA, KYC registration agency, type system, so a problem of Paytm stays in Paytm, it doesn't contaminate other banks. But if we allow Paytm to come into our system and then no KRA, then it contaminates the whole system. How can we allow that? She said. The board of directors of Adani Enterprises Limited approved the demerger of its fast-moving consumer goods division to Adani Wilmar Limited on Thursday. The plans involve demerging of Adani Commodities LLP, which carries out trading and supply of edible oil and other allied commodities, to Adani Wilmar to enable greater focus of the management in the food FMCG business and other businesses, according to an exchange filing. The proposed demerger will unlock the direct value of the demerged company's shareholders into the resulting company, Adani Wilmar, and allow a focused strategy and specialization for sustained growth for enhanced value, the filing said. No cash consideration is payable in the scheme. Infrastructure company KEC International is likely frontrunner to acquire promoter stake in construction company ITD Cementation, CNBC TV 18 reported on 1 August citing sources. Promoter Italian Thai Development Company owns 46.64% stake in ITD Cementation. CNBC TV 18 reported that deal negotiations are in advanced stages and an announcement is possible by early October. Promoter stake in ITD Cementation could be valued at rupees 4,000 to 4,500 crore, the channel added. KEC International recently announced rupees 6,000 crore fundraising plan. Hero MotoCorp on Thursday said it has commenced operations in the Philippines. The strategic expansion marks a significant milestone in the company's efforts to strengthen its global presence, it said in a statement. Terraforma Motors Corporation, TMC, a part of the Colombian group of companies, one of the leading automotive groups in the Philippines, will serve as the exclusive assembler and distributor of the company's products and services, it added. The second-largest domestic IT Infosys firm received a pre-show cause notice from Karnataka state GST authorities for GST payment of 32,403 crore rupees for the July 2017 to March 2022 period towards expenses incurred by Infosys overseas branch offices. In stock exchange filings, Infosys said it has responded to the pre-show cause notice. Subsequent to the publication of the news articles, the company has also received a pre-show cause notice from Director General of GST Intelligence on the same matter and the company is in the process of responding to the same, Infosys said. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more updates.